readers,
reviewers,
countrymen,
lend us your ears. Welcome back to the Brothers Gwynne. Today, myself, Will, and my awesome brother, Ed, are going to be talking about adaptations we'd like to see. So, not long ago, we made a video talking about our thoughts on recent fantasy programs, and some were good, and we have hope because we're not up to date with House of the Dragon or Rings of Power. But anyway, it has made us think about what would we like to see on the screen. Which of our favourite books would we love to see adapted? And so, Ed, you know what I say?
I don't think you'll see any of Dad's books on this list from me because they just can't do it right.
They can't do it. No, this is if we thought that they could.
I actually cry. This is awesome.
Wow, you should become an actor, Ed.
Maybe I am. Maybe I will.
This is his audition. But anyway, a bit like in the Friends Talking Fantasy podcast, how Charles is going to be in the Bloodsworn.
Yeah,
but anyway,
that's true.
So I think we're imagining, obviously, if it's a truthful, faithful adaptation that makes us happy and
we
does
should
justice.
do a video of which booktubers would we choose to do what job in an adaptation.
Oh, director,
who would be the director? Obviously, Philip Chase would be kind of the language expert.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Mike would be like good for the action scenes, I think.
Yeah, he would.
Alan for the historical details.
Yep.
This is all.
I think Jimmy for the inspiration and a lot of the dialogue.
Yes, definitely Jimmy for the dialogue.
And then I think Abby would be good at writing
Sarah
the
Reed,
dialogue.
Yeah, Abby would be
Sarah Reed for that
Sarah
really
Reed
for the psychology of
really
the
get into the character. That's fantastic. We've
That was just on the spot.
That's a new video.
Sorry if we left anyone out. That's just who I was thinking of on the spot. But Ed, you know what? We've been talking long enough. Let's actually get to what this video is about.
Let's talk books.
And I'm going to kick it off. And
what?
Ed said he's not going to have any Papa Gwynne on there,
okay,
but I'm going to have some Papa Gwynne on there because it is hard because I think I've a lot more sentimental attachment to The Faith and the Fallen, and I love it so much. But I think adaptation-wise, I think Shadow of the Gods would be better because
if Mike is the director, then I don't mind. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And so this, I think, would just be visually stunning. A while ago, Elliot Brooks did a video saying the next Game of Thrones, and she's looking at a few series, what would be best to be adapted, and Shadow of the Gods was pretty high on there, so that was awesome. And yeah, I do agree. I think that visually this would be absolutely stunning. Imagine it being filmed in Iceland, Norway, that kind of feel.
I think Patrick would be good at finding those different good spots.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Library of Viking be really good.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
At the editing, because
we've amassed a great Avengers crew.
And
the Revengers.
And he's Library of a Viking, so of course we've got to have him involved in the filming of this. I mean, maybe all the booktubers need to meet up and we make a huge project of making the Buzzhorn.
And Daniel Green can make the masks.
Yeah, Daniel Green can. But now, carrying on, obviously I would love to see this adapted because we've got sentimental value because it's Papa Gwynne's work, but I do think that this would be awesome in the kind of the vein of Vikings Last Kingdom that we've seen, but imagine fantastical elements. I mean, there's a dragon. We love dragons.
So essentially Beowulf meets The Witcher, isn't it? So
exactly. So what more can you ask for? So yeah, that's the first one for me.
For me, sci-fi, Red Rising. Now I know you're all saying, oh, we've already seen Red Rising on the screen. It was called The Hunger Games. You are wrong.
I don't know if anyone was saying that. Actually.
No, at least 2 people would say it.
At least 2.
I reckon at least 2.
Maybe 3 at
We'll look in the comments after. But I reckon if you read then Golden Sun and then Morning Star, you will realise that this is a completely different series to, admittedly, the very Hunger Games-esque first book.
Much more grimdark.
But yeah, Red Rising, it has the word red in, which means there must be lots of blood in, and
or love.
There's not much love.
There's no love.
There's lots of blood though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Red Rising has all of the. It feels a little bit like Game of Thrones at times with the kind of the politicking, the betrayals, the set pieces. And I think imagine Game of Thrones in space would be a lot of fun. Even though it's not huge, it's not multi-POV, you still know the characters so well, and there's quite a large cast as well, that all have such a huge part to play in the main plot. And I think there's a really great commentary here that is kind of appropriate today as well, in terms of the reds and the golds and moving up and down the social class and that kind of thing of what you're borning. I think it'd be great on the screen. It would look amazing. Maybe what's his name? Denny V could do a decent job after he's finished.
Dune.
Butchering Dune.
I wouldn't say butchering. Not quite as good as I thought it was going to be though. Sorry, my book reviews. I'm sorry, I know you loved it. But next up, I have Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I absolutely love this book, so yes, I want it adapted. But I was thinking not just of books I love, but ones that I think would be really fitting to be adapted. And I love the whole kind of school gladiator element of the Rage of Dragons, and I think that would adapt really well to the screen. And this huge crescendo of an ending, and yet there's dragons in it. So again, great for an adaptation.
I'd love to see the whole culture behind the Rage of Dragons, because you don't see that at all really on screen, especially in fantasy as well.
Yeah.
And it would be something so different, so fresh, and that's one reason why I love Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. And also the plot is just doesn't stop.
It's so fast paced as well. I mean, there's no chance of you getting bored. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is it'd be a definite, like, I will 100% enjoy, 99% enjoy this.
Yeah.
And then most people will love it, I think.
Very nice. And here is a bit of a blending for me. Here is the novel Ride the Wind, and here is the story behind the novel, which is called Empire of the Summer Moon, S.C. Gwynne.
Oh, very nice.
And we're not related to S.C. Gwynne, but it'd be cool if we were.
It would be cool.
He's a great writer. Now, if you've ever watched any of Joe Rogan, you might have seen S.C. Gwynne pop up about his book Empire of the Summer Moon, which is about the Comanche, the band Comanche in 19th, 18th, 17th century, what's known as today America. So yeah, I really like the story behind this. Basically, it tells the story of Quanah Parker. Here's a picture of him here, who is the last great Comanche chief. And he had an amazing life, an extraordinary life. And so did his mother, Cynthia Ann Parker, who was actually, she was living in Texas. She was a white girl, and then she was abducted by a group of the Comanche, and then eventually she married a chief. And it's just an amazing story, and how she was then indoctrinated into the tribe, and then how she absolutely loved being in that band, and it was a part of her. And it is a breathtakingly very, very moving story about Quanah Parker and his mother and her life. And I think on the screen it would be just absolutely amazing. I think there's some amazing set pieces. You know, the life that these people lived as well is just so fascinating. And I struggle to see anywhere where people wouldn't be interested in seeing what it was like given the budget. It would be, and it's such a tearjerker. Honestly, you would really be invested, I think, if people really read this. So yeah, that's what I'm choosing. Ride the Wind by Lucia St. Clair Robson, and also Empire of the Summer Moon by S.C. Gwynne. The same story, really.
It's another one of those that you really love that I'm just feeling that urge to read. To trust your judgment and read it.
That's not like you.
Not like me at all. Next up, I have Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. So
the most iconic book ever written.
Honestly, every single chapter there's a moment that you're just like, this is iconic. This is amazing. I remember it now because it's so vivid. And I think that people would love this because it's very humorous. It's a very unique idea. So there's something called day's death, which means that the sun doesn't shine quite as brightly as it should, which obviously causes an environmental crisis. There's a lot of crops aren't growing, a lot of health issues as well. But I think the one that people are most worried about is the fact that vampires can now walk during the day, which is fair enough. I'd be pretty worried about that as well. And in this, we have someone called Gabriel de Leon, and he goes to a school a bit like Hogwarts. Not as nice a version as Hogwarts. And I won't say why, because it would spoil it slightly. But yeah, there's training, a bit like
There's more tattoos at this school.
There's more tattoos, yeah.
This is like an emo Hogwarts.
Exactly, and I think that it would just adapt to the screen so well. There's some brilliant action sequences, there's brilliant dialogue, a really compelling wide cast of characters, and yeah, I just think that it's got a bit of everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And as you said, it just feels iconic. So yeah, Empire the Vampire must be adapted.
Oh, what a surprise, Ed. Going a video where he's not able to stop talking about Boudicca.
What a surprise.
Scott. I know, I'm sorry, I know you guys probably called it, but Boudicca, Dreaming the Eagle, had to be on here. An emotionally charged telling of Boudicca and the Celtic peoples against the disgraceful Romans.
Oh, Alan.
Oh, Alan.
Oh, Alan.
So, I mean, this should just be so good on the screen. I think it would be absolutely amazing. If you like The Last Kingdom or anything like that, then you would absolutely love this, because this has such an emotional factor. To me, the most emotional historical epic would be either The Patriot or Braveheart. They are probably the most emotional ones, and this would really fit in so well with them. Hopefully they got the costumes right, that would be good as well. But it would be so much fun to see this on the screen. The characters, it's a small cast, and that's one reason why you love them so much. You get to know these people so well. It is multi-POV, and man just got interweaves threads so well. But it's really mainly the story of Boudicca and her brother Ban, it is breathtaking. They will sweep you in different directions in places you never thought that you would travel, especially in a story about Boudicca. And then they will come back together, and it is just heartbreaking. So
it needs to be adapted. Anything that makes you cry basically needs to be adapted.
Yeah, if you weep, then you should see it.
And next up is
sleep.
And next up is my last one, and that is Neverwhere, which is a theme of the book. Is that so? It's like Hogwarts, Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. Anyway, so this is special
next
edition.
Time you go to hit yourself, please let me know before.
Would you like to do it for me? Thank you, Ed. No, do it again, please. No. Ow. But anyway, so Neverwhere is a bit like Harry Potter in that there are muggles. They're not called muggles, but there is something called London Below, which is the wizarding world, basically.
It's more like Rivers of London, really, isn't it?
Yeah, more like Rivers of London. There is an underbelly to the world, which is magical, and there are creatures. There's another society. And this is a special edition of Neverwhere because I absolutely adore it. It is so funny. There's two characters, Mr. Croup and Mr. Vandermeer, who are two of the funniest characters ever. The villains, they are absolutely brilliant in it. And there's so many just ideas that Neil Gaiman brings us that are so original, and he subverts everything that you expect in this story. And I do believe it actually had a adaptation quite a long time ago, but it was meant to be terrible. So I would like to see one that was good.
Well, yeah, we always see Neil Gaiman on screens, but every time we do, it's so much fun. So why not add another great one to the list?
Exactly. Sandman recently, and Neverwhere is my favourite work by him.
Stardust.
Yep, Stardust. Good Omens.
Yeah.
American Gods, we've not seen that,
well,
but we've heard a lot of people say it's good.
There you go.
But yeah, that is Neverwhere, and that's my special edition. See, it is actually quite confusing to see which side is
I've
because
really
obviously,
struggled.
because there's a theme of London Below, it's inverted.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Thank you. Anyway,
last one for me is The Whale Road, The Oathsworn by Robert Lowe. Now, this is my favourite Viking tales. I think if you like Bernard Cornwell, then you'll absolutely love this. Robert Lowe, I think one reason why I love his book so much and why I think they would really translate well to the screen is because you follow one group, one band of characters as they travel throughout anywhere really that the Viking Age peoples travelled, all apart from Newfoundland in North America. But The Whale Road is such a fresh take on the Vikings as well. You know, I've read so many books where Viking Age peoples is then based in England, and after you've read 20-30 books in that little period, in that time, in that space as well, it can get a little bit stale. So but obviously that's no slight because I love those books as well. But this, I think, is so refreshing. We've all seen Vikings on the screen as well, and The Last Kingdom, that's set in Britain. It'd be so interesting to see Robert Lowe's vision as well, and he was also a reenactor, so he absolutely loved these historical details, and I think no one quite has a grasp on the Viking Age peoples as Robert Lowe does, especially in novels. Giles Christian is a close second, but yeah, I would absolutely love to see Robert Lowe's books there because I just love where they travel, where they go, and it is so much fun. These characters are just always making you laugh, and the set pieces are fantastic, and they really do keep you on your toes as well. I could definitely see maybe Tarantino doing his own version.
Yeah, because they're very quirky characters. I recently loved the second installment.
They're quirky characters, and they go in quirky directions as well that you really don't think people would actually come up with. So
yeah, but it feels real and immersive at the same time.
Exactly. And that is the Viking Age period, so it was very quirky. But yeah, Robert Lowe, The Oathsworn would be a fantastic direction to go if you wanted to see the Vikings on the screen.
So there we go. They are adaptations we would love to see on the screen, of course, if they've got a good cast, good director, if they're done well, in a way that we feel is and if
Dr. Philip Chase does the languages on them, then we're in safe hands.
Well, if anyone who we mentioned wants to actually make a filming project, then we're up for it. Yeah, I can't believe we just named a whole cast of the whole background.
Thing is, I think this should be a video really, and then we should do a separate video behind it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's if you want to see
that. Let us know. Would you like to see us do that? Maybe we could compare people's comments. We see how many votes people got.
Wow.
Oh, let us know in the comments below.
Crazy. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you want to see a few of these adapted, because if we can get enough people behind it, maybe they'll greenlight it. A bit like, you know, with Aragon, people went crazy on Twitter, didn't they? Saying, we need a new one. And then a few months later...
the first film's brilliant.
You did. That was your favourite film ever when
I was 7, William.
You said you preferred for Lord of the Rings, in fact.
I didn't say that.
Papa Gwynne always brings that up. But anyway, thank you so much for watching.
You can't trust Papa Gwynne. He kills so many people.
He does kill everyone. He doesn't lie about it, though, does he?
But he's a murderer.
Truth and Courage, the Brothers Gwynne.
I didn't say that. I prefer Fellowship of the Ring.